Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
Welcome to the Jock Holiday Spectacular. There is no better reason for the season than the gift of Jock. Introducing your jolly old host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock podcast, where we discuss fitness and health and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, drlondonsmith.com. I'd like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as haustral markings and lollygag reflex. So I'll try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
All right, Dr. London, we are T-minus... Oh, I don't know how to read this thing. Can you read my watch?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, just there's a big T and then a minus. Is that... Okay, and it spins around to the right time?
We are T-minus until our big Christmas show, Dr. London.
Yeah, okay, and we keep calling it Christmas show, right? Because of the war on Christmas? Or do we call it holiday?
Well, the war on Christmas has a lot of casualties, and we do want to honor them in some way.
Yes, we do have, despite the war, we are here to have the Christmas special. And we are trying to just put on this big show. And it's kind of a lot. We kind of went over budget for it, but I'm excited because...
Everything that's ever been successful has been over budget, because you have to spend money to make money.
All right, Cameron, we have a sponsor today.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's Caldera Lab. Your skincare is really important. It helps to make a great first impression.
That's right.
They will either think you are horrifyingly old or that you are taking care of your skin.
Yeah, don't know how to find products or water or any sort of cleaning items.
So show them that you do know how to find water and cleaning items and make a great first impression with Caldera Lab, where compliments are guaranteed. Now, last week, we did sort of make public some issues that some people may not have known about, which was that Santa Claus has embraced the Caldera Lab products to such an extent that he has become a model, a face, head, and fingers model specifically, and has sort of left one industry and gone into another, essentially.
Yeah, and he didn't quit the Christmas stuff and drop it. As you all know, if you're listening to this, you already know. He didn't totally quit the Christmas stuff, but he had pivoted a little too hard into the modeling lifestyle stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which, like, I'll say too hard. It is. That's an opinion. But I would have to agree. Like, he pivoted pretty hard.
That would be, I would say, the combination of the LA model lifestyle that he really, really embraced with the excessive use of Caldera Labs, which Caldera Labs, an amazing product, but it is going to make your skin look younger. Like, that is part of it.
So we know, one thing I should remind everyone of is, so Santa is very old. Like,
yes,
like
he's
horrifyingly old.
Late 40s at least.
And like try to think. So like he's been doing this stuff for a while. It's worn on him, and like in a way that I think is respectable. You can age well. It's okay.
Yes.
But he has gone so hard with these products that he is, and you guys saw it today. If you thought you saw a baby in your house dropping presents left and right, it was either the Baby Bandit or Santa Claus.
Now, the Baby Bandit, of course, that's his ironic name because instead of stealing the gifts, he is dropping them off. So he is dropping the gifts. But he's a baby. He can't hold that many gifts. So, of course, he's going to be dropping them left and right.
Yeah. And if you'll notice, he used to waddle because of he's overweight. Now he waddles in an odd way because he has slimmed down quite a bit.
Well, he's also in his early 30s at this point. Like, I get he was the Baby Bandit for a while, but now he's just a guy, sort of, who comes to your house. Yeah, he's very baby-faced, but he still waddles around and toddles.
Yes. So So anyway, if you've seen it, like just giving you an explanation and sort of an update, and also, of course, the reason why most of us now for Christmas, we all got very large photos.
Yeah, Santa, we mentioned this last week. Santa was sort of hinting that he was going to give, instead of everyone the gift that they asked for, they would receive headshots and pictures and some kind of like, well, I was going to say like boudoir style photos.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I will say, there was a lot of paintings, which I didn't expect at all.
Yes. A lot of watercolors.
Yeah, watercolors, portraits. It seems like he just...
Pointillism? Yeah. Tons of pointillism.
Yeah, so much.
Of himself. And he was like, well, this is going to be worth $1 million, baby. Oh, you want a new Xbox?
Yeah.
Nah.
Which
just
really...
go sell this on the street.
All of it sounded so strange coming from that literal baby face as well.
Oh, he's still a man. Like, he still talks like a man. And his height has not changed. Like, he is still like a, roughly 6 foot man. He's just a baby. He just looks exactly like a baby.
Yeah. And he's still got the beard as well. He just uses the Caldera beard conditioner stuff. And so once again, it just all looks so beautiful and baby soft. So anyway, Caldera Lab creates these high-performance men's skincare products. And, before even the beard stuff, the Regiment leads off their product lineup, which is a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. Caldera Lab knows the skincare world is heavily female-driven, so they're making the solution simple for men. The regimen includes 3 products: the Clean Slate, the Base Layer, and the Good. The Clean Slate starts and ends your day. It's a face wash that leaves all skin types refreshed. The Base Layer, it's a daily moisturizer to hydrate your skin, jumpstart your day full of confidence. The Good is your go-to multifunctional serum at night to help your skin look tighter and smoother. And it helps reduce the visibility of wrinkles and fine lines. It's packed with antioxidants to transform your skin. Caldera Lab also has the Icon Eye Serum, which is addressing the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye, which is fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. They're the leader in men's skincare. Caldera Lab is. They make only their stuff with top-tier ingredients, and clinical trials have found that 94% of men's skin showed an overall younger-looking appearance after using Caldera Lab for a few weeks.
For most people, just by the way, you will not transform into a baby. I think it's the combination of Santa's lifestyle, just vague Christmas magic, which has weird side effects in general, and his sort of obsessive overuse of skincare products.
And I don't want to be accusing him of anything, but a lot of people in LA get work done. So I almost wonder if he had a baby face thing done as well. That's just me speculating. Because it to me it is beyond youth,
Yeah. It's almost angelic.
Once again, he almost looks like he's 30. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And we know that he's at least in his late 40s.
At least. So anyway, for our audience, we have an exclusive offer. This is the best offer available anywhere. Use code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com and get 20% off right now. That's 20% off with code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com and make unforgettable first impressions where compliments are guaranteed. That's 20% off at calderalab.com with code JOCKDOC. But anyway, we had so much success previously in recent past with our listener segments. Okay, we would hear feedback and then we would respond to it, and it'd be really good. So we decided, one, we'll get live callers later on the show to get some feedback from them, and also we get in the moment feedback for today's episode from, and this is kind of our introduction to it, our documentarians. This episode is being recorded not just as the podcast, but not just as a big special, but also as a documentary. So
just, we've talked a lot over the last year or so about the streaming service that Dr. London and I are launching. What is it called now, Dr. London?
It's, oh boy. And that's, I think 6 O's and then an H and then boy.
I think you copy and paste a QR code, like not where it leads, but the code itself right into the URL.
Yes. Yeah. So if you just do that, for anyone listening and wanting to see the streaming service, you'll just copy the QR code real quick.
But we've got, so we're finally breaking into the documentary sphere, and we've got, we're doing a behind the scenes thing for this, our huge Christmas special or holiday special.
And our marketing advisors told us true crime's still really big. You should go into true crime. And so we haven't figured that out yet. So we pivoted to a holiday special, and those are always successful.
Yeah. I mean, the issue we found was so many of the crimes that we were trying to follow involved us in some capacity, even if just like, loosely related, that there was a conflict of interest. But yes, Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah. And so on.
And so on.
Yeah. So with that in mind, we'd like to introduce our documentarians. Hello there. Or would you mind introducing yourselves? I know you're not used to be on the camera or involved.
I choose to capture reality from behind the camera and present it.
Okay.
Don't interrupt.
Documentarian.
Don't interrupt me.
Sorry. No, that's
You've angered them. This is the cadence of which I speak. Okay.
Who are we speaking to? I think would be helpful.
Trident Axsxhbury.
Trident okay.
Trident Axsxhbury.
Trident Axsxhbury. Okay.
Don't act like you haven't heard of me before. You've heard the name many times.
Well, yeah, and we hired you for this also.
So you already know my name.
Yeah, but it is a standard convention on the podcast for us to act like we don't know your name, even if we have done the booking and you're in the room with us and you're wearing the name tag that we require.
I do want to say though, your name is not spelled anything. I did not look at this and say this is how you spell Trident Axsxhbury. There's way more X's involved than I sort of expected.
It's an unconventional spelling. Obviously, as a documentarian, I had parents that were esoteric and strange.
Of course, yeah.
Famously, that's how documentarians are.
That's how they come to be. I mean, who else would do such a silly thing?
No, wait.
As document real world, yeah.
Trident, are you like the director of this thing, or what roles do both of you take?
I take the role of master documentarian.
Yes, and I would say the lowly cameraman. I'm crew.
Oh, wow. And is lowly part of your title?
It actually is.
I don't know if I can continue this podcast. I didn't realize we were going to have someone from under the line. I thought we were going to have only people who are decision makers who can greenlight things and make final cuts.
I do get that. That is the Silicon Valley approach, is get rid of the people who can do this stuff and just get middle managers that can just sort of pass titles around, like at warp speed, faster than anything imaginable.
No, I says, for me, if you're not a decision maker, how can you document reality?
Hell, how can you decide to put on your clothes in the damn morning? You know what I mean? I can't trust these guys.
I question this. Anyway, a cameraman, I guess I'll allow it. Tell me a little bit about your, I was unprepared for this. My assistant did not let me know that there was going to be someone below the line on this film. I thought we were having, you of course are a doctor. The caliber which I would maybe questionable, but at least you have some accolades.
I'm sorry. I thought Dylan, the assistant, had cleared this with you all.
No, I mean we need a cameraman because otherwise it's not filmed.
Listen. As a documentarian, of course I'd use a camera, but would I call myself a cameraman? No, I'm more than a camera. I'm a teller of stories. I document life and present it to the world. A cameraman is but a tool.
Yeah, I mean, I think calling someone we just met a tool is probably not... Mr. Cameraman, we don't even know your name.
My name is Peter Paupenopalous, but we have other members of our crew and producers with similar names. I'm wondering if I wasn't supposed to be on this email chain.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to clarify this real quick. This is not an email chain right now.
Here's what I'll say. Because I
know. So I know. Were you trying to book Peter Paupenopalous? This happens frequently. He's one of our high-end, above-the-line producers on the film.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'll say. As someone who, at the level at which I operate, and as a documentarian of life, which you never know what will happen, I am able to adapt. So I will, in this particular situation, allow for me to interact with a calmer man. What are your bona fides? I have to. I'm just curious. What have you worked on? Name a few projects.
Oh, well, I'm relatively new to the industry, but I like many people, I had to kind of start in the more adult film. Backdoor Plus 3 was my first.
Oh, a documentarian of the flesh?
The Flesh,
I had
yes.
no idea.
I was a fluffer on that one. It was you got to.
Oh, so not really behind. I mean, I guess you are behind the scenes, but not really behind the camera.
Well,
it sounds
see,
like.
Things have changed in the industry so much. I also have to do, with one hand, do my fluffing while also doing behind the scenes content simultaneously.
I had no idea. I have utmost respect for those of carnal documentarians. The carnal documentarian, and I clear the way for you, sir. I had no idea. I apologize for my behavior earlier. I had no idea you were a documentarian of the flesh, which is the highest caliber.
Oh, thank you.
Documentarian.
Okay, so it sounds like kind of Peter is your boss on this project. Is that about right?
I wouldn't say boss.
We good?
But I would say there's a mutual respect for those who document the flesh.
This is the first time I've been allowed to look in their eyes. We've worked together for years, so this is a big deal.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the way you're looking at our eyes is a little... It's like someone who has not looked into many eyes before, and I don't want to be one of the first, I guess. That's a lot of pressure on me.
I don't know if I've been the first to say this, but I'm feeling in a festive mood considering the acceptance of our... He downplayed himself. I had no idea. But it seems to me that there are quite a bit of festive activities going on behind you.
Yeah,
so
this is why we brought you guys here to sort of document. We're doing a huge, I mean, it's like a part call-in show, part Christmas extravaganza, maybe a sing-along. It's sort of our big event every year, and we were hoping to get you guys can get like the real rawness behind how it all works.
Well, I must say, I am surely in a festive mood, and I apologize for my demeanor earlier, as I thought we had brought on someone who was just a lowly documentarian cameraman. So
that's how he introduced himself. So
I know, but
I can't blame you on that.
His humility knows no bounds. I would say, like, and I feel so foolish. I feel so foolish. So, and not in the spirit of the season, if you will.
I do feel like once we turn the conversations towards adult filmography, I do feel like we steered just a little bit away from the themes that we're trying to go for today, because the next segment is sort of the children's book reading segment. So, like, if you don't mind, we can just make this quick, easy transition here. Just real quick, if does that work for the documentary?
I would say that the power will be in the edit. So yes, continue.
Okay, so yeah, I guess all the children file in.
Come round, children, come round. We're gonna kick off our Christmas special.
I don't know if you should use the word file in
or come
response to children.
Right.
How about clump up? Just swarm us over in this direction.
Nothing illegal about clumping.
Yeah, just swarm and clump
Christmas
right over here.
Yes.
I don't know if any kind of file seems to be detrimental, and people might have touch.
Yeah. So if you amalgamate real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and I guess let me prep here. Okay. Now gather around, children, for Dr. London's Christmas Wonders. Today's Christmas wonder, yes, thank you, sorry, the applause, yes. Today's Christmas wonder is called Frontotemporal Dementia, or PIC disease. Children, yes, wow, lot of
Well, if you're
children.
gonna pick a disease, I feel like this is the one.
Yeah, okay. Great. So I do hear some adults in the back chiming in pretty hard on this. But great. No, I love that there's familiarity. Good to have a crowd that.
Children of all ages.
So great. So frontotemporal dementia, or PIC disease, is a form of dementia that begins in the frontotemporal areas of the brain. Right, and that's how the name. Yes. And this pattern of manifestation leads to a specific display of symptoms. The first thing these patients lose are emotional and social appropriateness.
That's what she said.
Hey, well, I'm sorry. It's what she said that?
Yes, of course.
She said that the first things patients lose are emotional and social appropriate. Okay.
Dr. London, women can be doctors. It's 2023.
So the first things these patients lose are emotional and social appropriateness. Then later on, their memory deteriorates.
That's what she said.
So
Again, she's a doctor, Dr. London. I don't understand why
Yeah.
you take issue with this.
okay, no, you're right. No, and the kids are learning that both are okay. So I guess that's fine. For these patients, children, as with many demented patients, treat with acetylcholine medications. That's stuff like donazepam, rivastigmine, and galantamine, which are all equal in efficacy. And these are used.
I know what you mean.
Anyway, all these medications do increase acetylcholine level.
Dr. London, you're losing
And
the kids. Make it like a snowman has dementia. Or something
Can I just
like
chime
that.
in
Go
for,
ahead.
for one moment for the documentary to make this better? Do you think we can make this a rap? Kids love the rap music.
I hate to interrupt you both, but I'm finished with the story time here. And boy, howdy, I wish we
Just
were.
retcon,
Do you want me to go?
retcon the story real quick. Say everything you were talking about was like a magic snowman or some shit. Just do it.
It was, wow. Frontotemporal dementia, or PIC disease, it's a lot like picking out your favorite Christmas tree.
I love Christmas. What about Hanukkah menorahs?
Wow. There's a war. Well, I guess in a sense. Okay.
Yay.
So we're gonna move on from that to the. I guess we'll just call it a holiday special from here on, because that is confusing people.
We are Christmas defenders here.
We are surrendering our place in the war on Christmas by doing this, but I'm okay with it, Dr. London. I'm very progressive. I just think we've lost enough casualties to the war on Christmas at this point.
And we will pillage
Okay.
in the name of Christmas and Hanukkah menorahs.
Oh yeah, we're the aggressors actually now. The war on Christmas, we're
We're attacking the children now.
Well, it's just like you've lost enough ground at this point.
right. It's time to take a stand, but to sort of take over other holidays.
So take that, Kwanzaa.
So for our holiday extravaganza, next we're going to go on a sleigh ride where we're going to rank all the house lights in the area. And we managed to book, and this is very exciting, we got about a dozen horses, and some of them are attached to a carriage. So we're all going to pile into it, and a lot of the horses are just kind of around.
Most of them are roaming around.
A dozen? You got 12 horses? That's a lot of horses.
One's attached to the carriage, the rest are sort of free roaming, but that sort of adds to the whole Christmassy vibe, because what's more Christmassy than just sort of horses getting into garbage cans and like pissing on people's lawns?
Okay,
and stuff.
that makes much more sense. It was like trying to control 12 horses.
No.
They're like backup horses. They're more like moral support. But they're not attached. They're not actually pulling the sleigh. But by the way, are we talking about a sleigh
No, carriage. Carriage, like,
well, what if
pretty functional.
what if we're very like well dressed and have a lot of drip and we could sleigh?
For our documentary, why don't we put on some reindeer little ears on the horses to make it a more festive for our documentary?
I worry that would confuse and possibly excite the horses in a way that we're not looking.
Well, I get first step here. Let's all get into the carriage here.
Okay, so we're on the sleigh.
Yes.
We're sleighing on the sleigh. and we're filming it from behind. I'm controlling it.
So, okay, I guess let's get the horse going. We are moving, and I feel like we've already missed a few houses here. So, the great thing about the holidays is that people put out lights, and it's kind of like how people do in Halloween. They'll set up scenes, and so here I do see just the lawn's pretty on fire. So, I guess that's to symbolize the flame of hope for the holidays. So that's great.
Or the star.
Yeah.
Remember that one star?
Yeah.
And I can just say star that covers like 4 different holidays.
I love the ambient of the fire from the yard, but I think we should probably move on because I think we're blocking a fire hydrant.
Oh, good point.
Just hear sirens.
I'm amazed at how calm the horse was around the fire. But yes, let's keep going. Next house. Okay. And this house, they got a water slide out front. That's neat.
A water slide and a bunch of very freezing, children going down the water slide. I guess it's their choice, so
They're
it's
cold.
fine.
They look cold. Their lips are blue.
Little blue.
But,
They look like they're having fun. That one is just lying there, hasn't moved since we've driven by.
Are you getting that? Are you getting
I'm
this
so
footage?
tired.
Oh look,
They're sleeping.
Look, they're playing freeze tag.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like
They're all just
Just
frozen there.
yeah, they're
All right,
tuckered out.
great. They're playing red light, green light, but it's staying red because Christmas.
Oh.
I guess that is
makes
better. Good.
sense. Well, and green is never associated with Christmas either. It's just
Well, no.
the red light.
Well, I mean, look at Santa's
Hold on, I got another
outfit.
one.
Look at behind
All
you.
right.
Wait, hold on. Look
Red
behind
light,
you.
gang, green
What
light.
color?
See.
Oh, gay
Yeah, there we
green
go.
light. That's bad.
Anyway, nay.
No, it whip. What? No, it's so I'm starting to feel like we're building up to Captain Planet because we're like we got or at least the elementals.
Right,
We got fire.
The neighborhood
water.
coordinates their decorations.
So I think-
yeah.
And then the next
Right.
one.
Wait, are they doing like a Earth thing?
Well, the theme of the next one is indigestion. I don't know. Is that one of the like core elements? Fire, water, indigestion. Like
I think that indigestion is definitely like an eggnog Christmas related thing. I think there's definitely something there.
there's definitely. It
because-
looks like it's
so-
mostly displays of sort of middle-aged men. Kind of their tummies hurt because they drank too much eggnog. That's sort of what I'm getting from these
Yeah.
mannequins that are sort of laid out
They're
here.
leaning over a little bit.
I think they're called persinicans. Persinicans. I don't think mannequin is the preferred nomenclature anymore.
Whatever they're called, they're all holding bottles of like Pepto. I think this might be actually like a marketing thing, to be honest.
Is it sponsored by Pepto Bismol? Is that a?
It really looks. The house is like that ugly pink. So that's something.
Nothing says Christmas like Pepto.
I must confess that we hit some funding snags to make said documentary, so I pulled some strings to get some sponsored content.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Product
You're a real
placement, if you
go-getter.
will.
Nothing says documentary like ads.
Okay. Now I have been warned about this next house. Everyone should just duck real quick because it's a holiday themed drive-by shooting here happening, and we'll just duck. And okay, and we're past. Great.
This next house, though, is a little more concerning. It is sort of a nativity scene that Dr. London, do you want to describe?
Yeah, well, just like, for one thing, it's a lot more babies than are traditionally at a nativity scene.
They're all babies. I don't understand what
All-
statement this is trying
I think
to
it's
make,
an
but
anti-abortion thing. That
I guess it's an all baby.
I mean, if the babies looked more alive, I would think that.
wait,
Maybe they're
Just-
avoided.
Some of them look alive. Some of them like it just seems like just a commentary on life and death being, and youthfulness in general.
Yeah.
We stop at this. This is actually one of our rivals. It's a fellow documentarian.
Okay.
It's
Good
a real.
thing we're stopping there
boy.
then.
Yes, we brought some eggs. This gentleman is a real jackass, if you will. His name is Shaun, and he's making a documentary about podcast of all things. So we really he always tries to fuck our shit up. So we're gonna throw some eggs at him.
The technology of yesterday podcasts.
Podcast, okay, let me go listen to the radio with my grandfather, you fool.
Oh gosh.
He tries to steal our funding all the time. So we were hoping that for our documentary, we could throw some eggs at his house.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we
at least get one through the
Dr.
window.
Lennon, can you have your omelet tomorrow? Can we just take the eggs for that now? These are cooked eggs, by the way. That's what you wanted, right? Just sort of scoops of eggs.
Would you mind just the other like my other breakfast items are also here? Like we have the sausage, we have the bacon. Do you mind if we just throw that instead?
Yeah, sure.
Let's
Let
throw
me
it
get
all.
a handful of hollandaise sauce real quick.
Ignite,
Yeah.
Sean Cologne.
Okay, so the hollandaise sauce did not get a bunch of distance. It seems to mostly have gotten on the horses.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I can. Yeah, I can see it. Why they normally do use eggs. I do see like the utility of it.
Yeah. A piece of toast doesn't go very far. Other things.
The jam. Yeah.
Maybe we can get the horses to alleviate themselves in the yard as well.
Honestly, they don't stop doing that.
Yeah, I think
So,
they've
like,
just been sort of pissing and shitting at every house we've
I
stopped
have
at.
almost nothing to say about this particular person, if you can even call them that. Who even listens to a podcast? I mean, only losers. Complete losers.
I would love if losers listened to our podcast. Unfortunately, we can't even get them.
No. Anyone who listens, that's because you have winners. You're the people who participate in whatever buffoonery this is a winner. But whoever listens to a podcast, I mean, the lowest form of entertainment. That's below fart jokes. I mean, fart jokes.
who we do hope to pull in the fart jokers and the
anyone
as well.
who would
So
listen
let's,
to a podcast
let's
is
try
not
to-
worth the flesh in which they live.
Fortunately, we're back, and this is me narrating slightly. We're back. We're walking back in. Wow. I think we did a great episode today. Wow, what a great holiday special.
No, we are ending this now.
We had some laughs. We
We
certainly had a few tears.
I don't.
And wow, what do you want to give Trident and Peter? Trident first, I guess. It seems like you're eager. Do you want to give it a shout out to anyone? Maybe a certain house we stopped at.
I like the firehouse. And I don't mean like a fire. I mean with the fire alarm. That was. I mean, the spectacle was the firehouse.
Sure. I'd say for my part, I was pretty happy about the house we threw food at. Tried to throw food at. That was a guy who's making a podcast documentary called Age of Audio.
Welcome.
AOA movie, I believe, is the social media handle for that on a lot of stuff.
Don't go there. That guy
Just harass them online. Let them know how stupid podcasts are.
No. Podcasts are dumb. And anyone who makes a documentary about a podcast, it's got to be like the most ugliest, idiotic person ever. Like, I mean, it says a lot about their look. I mean, you can tell a lot about the looks of someone by the documentary they make. You
made yours about us, yes.
Right. And so clearly,
Yeah.
like I'm gorgeous.
People sponsored by a skincare product, yeah. And then
Yeah. I mean,
Peter, do you want to shout anyone out? I know you've had other projects, but is there anyone we kind of like to shout out people who weren't directly involved? Is there anyone you want to shout out?
Well, I absolutely just want to point out how pathetic it is that director Shaun Michael Cullen is. This dick is out there asking people for money about a stupid documentary about podcasting, so we're not going to plug him at all. That's how much I hate him. I need to stamp on his grave in my moment to promote myself, because I don't think you understand how much we hate him.
Wait, is he dead?
No, we were up for the same money from the Austin Film Society, and that asshole won. So Trident hate him.
Yeah. Really frustrating that. Okay, well, also you might want to check out Chris Revel. Let's Chat with Chris Revel. It's a podcast and some other stuff, I think, and some videos. And also thank you to Archie on the host